Hey, what is up, you sexy beasts? Ghost Sickness or Tristan here, and today I'm telling you a fantastic and crazy story that actually happened today about girls thinking that I stole my car. Two old ladies literally thought that I stole my BMW, and I'm gonna get right into it. It's a fucking crazy story, and it happened today, so I figured I'd tell you guys, and it really caught me off guard, and it was an interesting way to kind of just end my afternoon, I guess. I don't really know. So basically, it all starts out with me being at my college. So I was at the college I'm going to, and I was getting a parking permit and my ID and everything like that. So I go outside and I finally install the parking permit on the bottom back left of my car. And so I'm like, all right, sweet. Now I'm legal. My car was already unlocked because I had put stuff in the front seat and everything. And so I go to the front and I go in the car. And as I'm going into the car, a like tan Mercedes passes me. And I didn't really think anything of it because it was on my left side because I was parked on the right side of the street. And so I get in my car and then I'm on my phone and I'm picking the right song that I want to listen to because I recently got my new deck and everything like that. And so I'm going to be telling you guys about what happens when you own a 2002 BMW 330xi. If you guys didn't know, I got this car at the end of July. And yeah, so there's some interesting stuff that goes on owning a BMW. And this is one of those things. So I just don't understand some people. So I didn't really think anything of it. I'm on my phone doing my thing. And eventually, I finally pick out the song, and I'm ready to drive, and I look up, and like I said, my car's already on at this point. I look up, and to my left, there's a car parked right next to me, and we're, like, on a pretty busy road. And so I'm like, what the fuck? So I roll down my window, and there's two elderly ladies sitting in the car, and they're not that old. They're probably, like, 50s, maybe 60s, and like I said, they're in that tan Mercedes that passed me earlier. I didn't really think anything of it. I guess they did a U-turn and fucking, like, came up to me. I don't really know. So anyway, basically, she's like, did you hotwire that car? And I'm like, excuse me? No, I didn't hotwire this car. And eventually, at this point, I'm like, holy shit, she actually thought I stole this car. So as we're talking, I actually take out the keys, you know, push in the clutch and brakes, put on the parking brake, and pull up the fucking keys. She's like, yeah, did you hotwire that car? I mean, I just saw you, get in or whatever, and did you hotwire the car? And I'm like, no, and I hold up the keys, and I'm, like, jingling them around. It's my car or whatever, and I'm jingling the keys and everything, and she's like, well, I saw you jimmy the window, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, she literally said that she saw me jimmy the window open, like, with a hanger or something, like what people used to do all the fucking time, when I was opening my car, and I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, no, that's my sticker, that's my parking permit that I just put in the car. And I just came around and opened the door and went inside. Like, that's literally all I did. I wasn't, like, standing at the door all suspiciously, wearing, like, a black mask or some shit. And she literally thought I jimmied into this car and fucking hotwired it, and then now I'm gonna take off with this fucking sick-ass BMW. It's like, it didn't make any sense. And so I'm holding the keys up, and she's like, yeah, no, I totally saw you jimmy and break into that car. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, no, this is my car. And at this point, I was like, should I get my license and registration and prove to her that they match and that I'm the owner of this car or whatever? So I'm getting kind of pissed off. I'm a little bit like, do you not think I can own a car like this or some shit? Kind of like a little bit condescending, because I was like, seriously, you actually thought I just, on a college campus, broke into this car and hotwired it, and I'm ready to go, like, instantly? It's like, bullshit. I was on my phone, and it didn't make any sense, okay? It's like, she basically profiled me for driving that BMW, okay? I don't know if it's some, like, hidden Mercedes BMW war. And so after I asked her if I could drive a car like this, or, like, if she believed that I could drive a car like this, she's like, no, it's not that, but I saw you fucking break into the car. I saw you break into the car. And I'm like, no, I clearly didn't. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're just trying to accuse me of shit. And I thought at this point she was going to call the cops, which would have been absolutely hilarious, but she didn't. So she kind of, like, scoffs and then just drives off. And so I'm like, bitch, you did not just do that. So, like I said, my car was already on, but I ended up turning it off when I took off the keys to jingle them in front of her. So I get back in my car. I'm like, I was so fucking pissed. So I start my car and I just, like, race down this hill with her. And I wanted to just, like, I just held up my middle finger. I was just driving behind her, I just held up my middle finger. I couldn't get that close because I didn't want to crash into her. And then other cars, there was, like, a roundabout, and then other cars got behind her. I'm like, damn it, I wanted to follow this lady and fucking flip her off and honk at her for the whole time, because it was just fucking stupid, dude. It didn't make any sense. So basically, that's the time that someone thought I stole my BMW, okay? That happened today, and I was just blown away by it. It's like, am I not good enough to drive this car? Am I not, like, does that not make, oh, God, it was fucking stupid. So, anyway, what's interesting, guys, ever since owning this car, I've noticed a little bit of a difference from people, and I can rightfully say this because I've driven, for 3 years, I've driven since I was 15, and so it's like, okay, well, there's obviously a lot of difference driving a BMW than, you know, before I had a 1998 Mazda 626, you know, nothing that anybody would look twice at, you know what I'm saying? So basically, you guys, I was at Sonic the other week, and I get my food or whatever, and so he comes out and he's talking about, oh, you know, sorry man, there's some, because I noticed that there was some shake on the side of the shake, you know, basically like it's dripped down and it spilled or whatever. I'm like, hey man, do you have any napkins? He's like, oh, you have some in your bag or whatever, but I can go get more if you want. I'm like, nah, it's not a big deal, I'll wipe it off. And then we started talking about like there being liquid on the side of drinks, and it happens all the time or whatever, and I'm like, yeah man, it used to happen at McDonald's all the time or whatever. And he's like, yeah, where are you working now? And I'm like, oh, I'm working at Best Buy. He's like, that's sick, man. That's awesome. And now you're driving a BMW, and that's awesome, because I was talking about working at McDonald's or whatever. And it's just the fact that he said that, I don't know, it's just pretty interesting. He's like, now you drive a BMW? It's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I drive a BMW. And I don't know, it was weird. And then there was this girl at induction, okay? This one, like I said, these are really minor stories in comparison to the, oh my God, you stole that car story. I saw you break into it. Like, what the fuck? There was this girl at the induction class I went to last week for Best Buy, and so basically we were talking about, I was talking with a coworker of mine, basically doesn't work at my store, but a coworker of mine who works at Best Buy, and we were talking about the speaker system in my car with the Harman Kardon bullshit or whatever. He's like, yeah, what kind of car do you drive? I'm like, a BMW. And you see the girl who wasn't even a part of this conversation across the table, like, no way, no, you don't drive a BMW. And so I like pull it up on my phone. I'm like, yes, I do drive a BMW, thank you, or whatever. It's just like, Jesus Christ, people, it's like, doesn't make any sense. And so yeah, and then girls at the dentist. This one cracked me up. This was like my first experience with this, because I've driven my dad's car to school one day during high school because my car was in the shop. My old Mazda or whatever was in the shop, and I got looks for days, dude. Everyone everywhere was looking at me. High schoolers, teachers, fucking everyone, right? So at this point, recently after getting my car, I pulled up to the dentist, and so I was like, all right, just chilling at the dentist, and I'm getting out of my car, and I see a girl, two girls sitting in the car to my left. And they both look at the car, and then look at me, and then look at the car, and then look back at me in like disbelief or whatever. And then I get out of the car, and then I walk into the dentist, and they were just like in disbelief. It didn't make any sense, okay? And something awesome though about driving my car in particular, I don't know if the drivers have just gotten better or they just respect either the car or the headlights or something, because the headlights are xenon, so they're blue. And yeah, so people just move. They just move out of the way, okay? I've had a lot of driving experience, and basically, you guys, people do not like moving, okay? The highways where I live are double lane, okay? So basically, if someone on the right is going slow and someone on the left is going slow, you're fucked if you're behind them. So what I've noticed over these last couple weeks is that driving in the left lane, if you have your headlights on, you don't have to do shit. People will just move. They'll just merge into the right lane. Even people who love being in the left lane, love going fast or whatever. And I'm not going that fast. And so I was driving behind a car one day, and it was matching speeds with the one on the right. And so I quickly, you know, it was last night, and I quickly, you know, flashed my brights or whatever, and they instantly passed that car and then move onto the right to let me go, and there was just not a problem at all. So I guess, I don't know, it's pretty awesome. I don't really understand it completely, but it definitely is different than driving any other car, especially a nice like sports luxury car. But basically, you guys, people don't think I'm good enough to drive my car, and it just doesn't make any fucking sense, all right? So apparently I stole my car, and yeah, so anyway, guys, really, if you did enjoy the story, don't forget to smash that fucking like button. You have no idea what this means to me, guys. If we can get this video to 1,000 likes, that would mean so much, you guys. Just, if it's not 1,000 likes, go ahead and get it to 1,000 likes. I know you guys can do it. Show me some love for this crazy old lady story. Stay sexy, you beast. I'm GhostSickness, and I'm out.